Greetings, YouTube. I'm not a fan of the Greek system at colleges, sororities, and fraternities. I think that it speaks to elitism and, to class warfare. That it is not a tool for furthering open discussion and democracy in America. That it's a sign that there are others in the world that are better and some who aren't. And that system bothers me. It always has. In addition, there have been times when fraternities and sororities have committed acts that are, questionable at best. However, if someone decides to pledge themselves to a sorority or fraternity, those should be open and egalitarian. Everyone should be judged on the merits of their application. And, for example, a woman pledged herself to a sorority. She had a 4.3 GPA in high school, was salutatorian of her graduating class, and came from a family with deep roots in local and state public services and a direct link to the University of Alabama. So she would be considered an optimum choice to join any of the 16 sororities that are on the campus. But none of the sororities decided to take this pledge. And do you know why? Because this pledge is black. Flat out. This was a black woman wanting to get into the exclusively white sororities. And the alumni would not allow this to happen. The students themselves that are actively in the sorority at the moment, they were open to the idea. They, in fact, wanted to endorse this pledge and get her into their sorority. In fact, one of them made the comment that if this woman had been white, there would have been a dogfight amongst the sororities to get her in. Okay? She was considered a key and wanted candidate based on her criteria, not on the melanin level of her skin. But the alumni, they wouldn't allow it. And this is 50 years after this university broke the segregation barrier. 50 years ago. Okay? And yet, the sorority in question, I didn't actually know about the fraternities, don't remember if they mentioned that in the article. The sororities in question are still fully segregated in the 21st century. This is astounding. This is appalling. This is reprehensible. This is not something that we as a society should be tolerating. And you're going to say, well, it's a private institution. Yes, it is. It is a private institution. But it's a private institution endorsing segregation and discrimination. So we, as advocates of free speech, such as myself, have the right to speak out about this. They can continue to act as they wish, and we continue to speak out about this. Until eventually, they will tell us to screw off, we're never changing our policies. Or they will be shamed into realizing that in the 21st century, segregation is not something that we should be endorsing. Now, what's interesting is the defense that the sorority is using is that one of their procedures has not been followed. They must follow their procedures. So they're lawyering up based on the procedures that they say they have. Though I read the article, I couldn't see how they stated how this was not following the procedures, but what part of the procedure was this not being followed here. It was just an instance of one of those literacy tests where there are questions that cannot be answered by someone that you don't want to come up with the right answer. This is like the Nuremberg trials. I just followed orders. So, I'm going to point this out. They're a private institution. They can do what they want. And I can speak out about it. I have the beauty of free speech. And I think this is an example of shameful behavior in the 21st century. We should point our fingers at them and say, why are you doing this? Why are you perpetuating an ugly, horrible echo of the past? Why are you not moving forward? What do you fear?